Okay po, so pag-usapan po natin tong tungkol kay Ombudsman Remulla. Ito po yung tungkol dun sa controversial statement niya, yung may binanggit po siya tungkol sa tax evasion, tax avoidance, and then may sinabi po siyang legal. Okay, so ang gagawin ko po, unang-una ipi-play muna natin tong specific portion sa interview para maging klaro po talaga yung actual statement ni Ombudsman Remulla. Then I will be giving po the legal explanation kung ano ba talaga yung tax avoidance, ano po ba yung tax evasion, and i-discuss ko na lang din po yung personal point of view ko tungkol sa bending the law. Okay, so yan po lahat ang papag-usapan natin for today. Okay, so good day po my fellow taong bayan, and to start things off po, we will be looking at the interview ni Ombudsman Remulla. Okay, so sa mga gusto po mapanood yung actual video clip na to, may kita po ninyo to sa YouTube account or YouTube channel po ni Miss Lucy Cruz Valdez. So kita nyo naman po yan, di ba? Dito sa video, she has 93,000 subscribers. Okay, and then yung title po ng video is URL, The Impunity of Corruption Started When the Ombudsman Fell Silent. Okay, and then yung specific portion po ng interview is nasa 37 minutes and 30 seconds pataas po yung tungkol dun sa tax evasion or avoidance. Okay, so gusto ko lang yan i-emphasize sa inyo kasi mahaba-haba po tong video na to, nasa 41 minutes, and hindi ko na po ito nahanap. Actually, ang nag-pinpoint po sa akin ito is yung nag-comment dun sa pinost ko po sa Facebook. So thank you rin po pala yung nagsabi sa akin sa timestamp na to. Okay, so anyway po, ngayon panoorin natin yung actual statement at interview ni Ombudsman Remulla.
Now, ito pa, during the hearing, during the hearing, I have to ask you this, no? When Senator Erwin Tulfo was angry, he actually declared loudly that...
you bend the law?
Yes, sometimes you have to bend the law. And he asked you, tama ba? And you said yes.
Sometimes you have to bend the law to be able to please the people. Mas mataas po ang taong bayan sa batas. Am I right, Secretary Remulla?
Yes, sir. Lucy, a person in the height of passion...
When can you bend the law?
No. Let me listen to this. A person at the height of passion, do you want to argue with him? You don't want to argue with him in his territory. And besides, he said bend the law. There's tax evasion and tax avoidance. Tax evasion is legal. And bend the law is not breaking the law.
Tax evasion is
and
legal?
Tax avoidance.
It's legal?
Tax avoidance is legal, but not tax evasion. That's bending the law.
What's the difference?
It's the devices lawyers make so that the taxes won't stick.
So I can avoid paying taxes?
Tax avoidance meaning to say you fall under a lesser category, so the tax is not as big as it should be.
It's still illegal though.
No. These are legal devices. And bending the law is not breaking the law, Lucy.
Wow,
if he asks me, will you break the law? No, I will not break the law. Bend the law. Pwede.
Ay, dyan magaling nga mga lawyers.
Kaya nga, abogado tayo.
No, but that's why we also wonder whether as an ombudsman, you're going to find ways to bend the law.
No. Ano tayo, the law is clear. Basta mahalaga yung facts at yung evidence. Yun ang mahalaga sa lahat. And the law that applies to the situation.
Galing mo naman masyado. Nakakalusot ka. Dapat talaga trial lawyer ka.
Wait, tingnan natin ba meron pa.
Lawyers don't go to court.
Okay, where do you think this will all end up? I know that you're in a hurry, but I just have to ask you.
I think yun na po yun eh. Okay po, so yung pinakauna kong comment dito, this is actually the first time I've watched this full clip kasi yung mga napapanood ko lang po ay yung mga spliced up videos na ginagawang highlight. So una po ang masasabi ko dito, mukhang ang nag-start talaga yung discussion is tungkol dun sa bend the law, tapos nagbigay po ngayon ng example si Ombudsman Remulla na according to him is a form of bending the law, which is yung pag-differentiate niya ng tax avoidance at tax evasion. So una po nagkamali siya dito, ang sinabi niya tax evasion daw is legal, pero kinlarify naman niya yun later on. Ang understanding ko po from the full statement dito ni Ombudsman Remulla is that yung tax avoidance daw yung legal, pero hindi naman yung tax evasion. Okay, so mamaya po i-discuss ko rin yung legal side naman tungkol dyan. Pero ngayon po ang ginagawa ko lang muna is binibigay ko lang yung actual very fresh na observation and reaction ko po dito sa interview. Okay, and then pangalawa pa pa po na comment ko lang dito is tungkol dun sa example nga na binigay ni Ombudsman Remulla na tax avoidance daw is a form of bending the law. So dun po I do not agree with him kasi although wala naman po talagang definition sa jurisprudence or sa batas kung what constitutes as bend the law, pero ang personal observation ko po is tax avoidance is not a form of bending the law. Okay, pero more on mamaya po i-discuss ko rin yan. Okay, so yan po ang observations ko and reaction ko po dito sa actual statement ni Ombudsman Remulla. Ngayon po i-discuss ko naman sa inyo yung legal side of things, yung tungkol sa tax evasion and tax avoidance. So yung first question po talaga natin dito is kung tama ba yung sinabi ni Ombudsman Remulla na legal daw yung tax avoidance. Okay? And ang sagot po dyan is yes, tama po yun. Tax avoidance is legal po because that is a legal term po yan based on law and jurisprudence at hindi po yan yung literal na avoidance na word na ginagamit po in a general or in a simple manner. Okay? That is a legal term po. Ang problema lang po na nakita ko dito sa interview kay Ombudsman Remulla, hindi niya yun binigyan ng emphasis. Sinabi lang niya tax evasion, tax avoidance is legal, period. So of course, in the eyes and in the ears po of a ordinaryong nakikinig sa interview at sa statement na yon, ang dating ngayon, pag umiwas ka lang sa tax, illegal yon. Diba? So yun lang po ang nakikita kong mali dito ni Ombudsman Remulla. Nakalimutan niya bigyan ng emphasis na the word tax avoidance is a legal term po wherein ang ibig sabihin po niyan ay may mga mechanisms or may mga paraan para mapababa yung tax liability ng isang taxpayer. Okay, papakita ko rin po sa inyo mismo yung isang jurisprudence kung saan dinefine po ang term na tax avoidance. Okay? And for that po, I will just be using this case, December 9, 2020, GR number 227121, Commissioner of Internal Revenue versus the Hong Kong Shanghai Banking Corporation Limited. So CIR versus HSBC. Okay, so punta lang po tayo sa part kung saan dinefine ng Supreme Court yung term na tax avoidance. So ang sinabi po dito ng Supreme Court, a taxpayer has the right to decrease the amount of what otherwise would be his taxes or altogether to avoid them by means which the law permits. At ang tawag po dyan, tax avoidance. Diba? And then sa last sentence po, sabi ng Supreme Court, it is the use of legal means to reduce tax liability. However, this method should be used by taxpayer in good faith and at arm's length. Okay, so in summary po, ang pinaka-point lang talaga nito, meron kasing mga paraan sa batas po based on the law and the jurisprudence natin kung saan pwede po pababain ang tax liability ng isang tao. Ang isa pong example dyan is kung yung mga itemized deductions po ng isang taxpayer. Diba? Kasi kung ikaw po may isang business, tas meron kang business-related expense, yung resibo po na yun, pwede mo po yun isubmit ngayon sa BIR para bumaba yung tax liability mo. And that is a form of tax avoidance. Okay? At ang sabi nga po ng Supreme Court, it is the use of legal means to reduce tax liability. Hindi po to literal na mag-a-avoid or iiwasan mo lang yung tax. Okay? In other words po, basta may gawin kang paraan para mapababa yung tax liability mo in a legal way, tax avoidance po yung term doon. Okay? And again, ulitin ko lang, ang naging problem lang dito ni Ombudsman Remulla, nakalimutan niya emphasize na mayroong legal term na tax avoidance. Ang dating kasi sa akin, the way he explained it, parang he assumed na alam to ni Miss Lucy Cruz Valdez yung difference between tax evasion and avoidance. Okay? And alam ko rin po, sinabi una ni Ombudsman Remulla na tax evasion is legal, pero kinlarify naman niya na tax avoidance yung pinpoint out niya na legal. Yung tax evasion po, that is naman the legal term kung saan iniwasan mo magbayad ng tax via illegal means. So ang easiest po na example niyan is kung let's say meron kang income na 1 million pero yung dineclare mo lang 300,000 tapos yung naging taxable income mo is 300,000 only, yan po, that is clear tax evasion kasi yung tax liability mo hindi mo naman pinababa to 300,000 via legal means. Okay, so yan po ang difference nila. Okay, again, ulitin ko lang po, tax avoidance is the means or methods po kung saan pag pinababa po ng isang taxpayer ang tax liability niya via legal means, that is what we call tax avoidance. Okay, tapos pag hindi mo naman po binayaran yung tax mo or kung let's say pinababa mo yung tax liability mo or yung nireport mo po sa BIR is mababa doon from your actual income, yan po yung tax evasion. Okay, basta pag pababain via legal means, tax avoidance. Pag mag-declare ka ng mababa or via illegal means, that is tax evasion. Yan po yung difference ng dalawang yan. Okay, so hopefully klaro po yan. And time out lang po muna since madami naman na po tayong napag-usapan. So this is just my friendly reminder to all of you. Sa mga hindi pa po nakasubscribe sa YouTube channel ko, hopefully hopefully you can consider subscribing po para maging updated kayo sa mga bagong uploads ko. And pangalawa po, if you also want to support my YouTube channel or my content creation journey, you may do so po by joining the membership program na tinawag ko pong Associates for Truth. Okay? So ngayon tuloy po tayo sa discussion. And then ngayon po, pag-usapan naman natin yung bend the law. Sobrang sikat ngayon. Kung tingnan nyo nga po dun sa Facebook ko ngayon, may ginawa rin akong joke tungkol sa bend the flood control. Ipakita ko na lang din po sa inyo. Ayan po, kasi na-bend yung flood control because of Typhoon Tinyo. Tapos sinabi kong caption, okay bend the law-inspired flood control. So anyway po, my main point here why I'm sharing this is because nagiging meme na kasi talaga tong bend the law. So una po ang sasabihin ko, kasi binigyan po ng example dito ni Ombudsman Remulla na yung bending the law daw is you performing something na within the means of the law. So the simplest way I can explain that po is parang yung mga exceptions or mga exemptions sa batas, yun daw ay considered as bending the law according to Ombudsman Remulla. Yun yung understanding ko po based dito sa statement niya sa interview na to. Okay? At ang masasabi ko po dyan is with all due respect po to Ombudsman Remulla, I do not consider following the exceptions or exemptions of the law as a form of bending the law. Okay? And the reason being po is because exceptions and exemptions, those are all within the terms of the law, 'di ba? So kung nandun po 'yun sa batas mismo, di ang ibig sabihin po niyan wala kang binrake or binend na batas, kundi sinunod mo lang yung batas talaga. Okay, ang dating lang kasi pag merong loopholes na pinapag-usapan, mga exceptions, exemptions, ang dating niyan parang gray area daw, tapos nagiging yun nga quote and quote bend the law. But if we really look at it strictly speaking or in a legal point of view, we cannot consider that as bending the law kasi kung exception or exemption yun, tapos yun yung ginawa mo, then that is actually following the law. Diba? Yan po yung position ko on the matter. Okay? So an exception or an exemption under the rules or the law, hindi po yan siya lumalayo or nagiging or nabebend yung batas yung ibig sabihin yan. It simply means you are following the law, just that wala ka na dun sa general rule, kundi nandun ka na sa step 2 or step 3 via the exceptions or exemptions ng batas. Okay? Yan po yung personal point of view at interpretation ko dyan sa ganyang bagay. Okay? At kaya ko po sinasabi na personal interpretation ko lang kasi wala naman pong jurisprudence or batas na nagsasabi na what constitutes bending the law. It is either breaking the law or not breaking the law. Yun lang po yung understanding ko talaga dyan. As long as you are following the general rule at kung merong exceptions or exemptions yung sinunod mo, you are still following the law po at that instance. Again, wala pong bending the law dyan. Okay? So yan po ang very humble and respectful opinion ng inyong quote-unquote favorite DDS lawyer. Tapos pag ayaw sa akin, bayarang abogado. At ang isa pa pong idadagdag ko lang din pala, from my point of view, when you say bending the law, ang dating niyan sa akin, kung ako po tatanungin ninyo, may ginawa kayong kalokohan wherein you actually violated or broke the law, pero dahil walang witness, walang nakakita sa inyo, hindi ka ngayon nagkaroon ng liability. So para sa akin, yun yung mas pasok sa definition or sa term na bending the law. Okay? At ang example ko pong mabibigay dyan is let's say meron ka pong pinapaya na tao, 'di ba? Tapos tinapon mo. Let's say dun sa Laguna Lake or sa Taal Lake mo tinapon, tapos walang nakahuli sa iyo, 'di ba? So in that sense, pwede natin masabing you were able to bend the law kasi may ginawa kang kalokohan pero wala namang makahuli sa iyo. So in a sense po for me, yun yung pasok sa term na bending the law. So again, when you perform something na kalokohan, illegal pero walang nakahuli, walang kulong, walang liability, then that is what constitutes as bending the law in my humble and very respectful opinion. So yan lang po ang masasabi ko on the matter. Okay, again, I would just reiterate, it is either breaking the law or not breaking the law. If you are still within the bounds of the law, that means you are simply following the law and not breaking it. Hindi po pwede magkaroon ng bending the law. Okay? So hopefully klaro po yan. If you like more legal videos or current events, subscribe lang po kayo sa YouTube channel ko. And until next time po, see you all. Bye-bye! Bending the law.